mean to transition.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
I took a
God.
drink.
It's been
and
this week.
Danny's like, oh, hey. Oh, my background is such a fucking mess. I'm
My
going to fix
mouse
that later.
has stopped working, and so I was reaching over on the touchpad. But
Yeah.
the touchpad's really sensitive, and
Oh.
I accidentally tapped the button instead of getting close to the button. So hi, guys. Welcome to That's Pretty Crafty.
Oh, balls. Hold on.
Do I need to go back to our starting scene screen? I can do it.
No, I'm fine. My controller for video games fell to the floor and it's still connected to my computer, so it's making my mouse do weird things.
Of course.
You know, we're professionals here.
Oh, we're totally professionals. We even, well, actually, we don't get paid for this, so I don't know if we count as professionals. We're experienced?
Sure.
Or something. Hey, we've got 5 viewers, though, so, you know, people
Hello.
tune into us making a mess of ourselves.
They do. We are
Hi,
a
guys.
mess.
Thanks for coming.
Hello, Ivy. How you doing? That's one of my DMs.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't know why I hesitated on one of my DMs because DM didn't sound right, but that is right. What it is. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Hershey.
Oh my gods. Oh, people are getting... I'm great. How are you? Surviving.
Surviving is key.
This is not a beer. It's liquid death.
It's fancy water.
Yeah.
I'm also drinking fancy water out of a sloth cup.
I love that.
Nope, not today. And
I love that.
That's just, that's been my motto. Hasn't worked, but I try. I
was so productive today. Nice. I started the movie that we were going to talk about, thought it was going to end badly, so I stopped it 21 minutes in. I'm running Descent. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And then, so yesterday I cleaned out my room closet and got rid of a bunch of clothes and at least 7 pairs of shoes that I have never worn.
Okay.
And then today was the office closet.
Mm-hmm.
And the dresser that's behind me, I moved all my yarn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not talk about yarn quantities because I
feel like you have so much more than I do, but I also have been looking at all of my yarn going, I need to do something.
Yeah.
Especially because I have 3 things of just safety orange.
Yeah, that was
that is a choice.
Did we have something planned for that?
I think it was supposed to be a part of the Halloween blanket. Okay, thanks for the lurk, Ivy. I think I was going to use it for the Halloween blanket where I was knitting those squares.
Okay.
But then I picked a different orange because that is
orange.
Abrasive.
That is Hunter's Vest orange.
Well, that's the other thing is my mom's like, maybe you should knit things for hikers who like hike during hunting season. And I'm like,
yeah, that would be... So I've got a dog who's just losing her shit with one of her toys.
Mood.
And another one is just missing. Oh, there you are. What you doing,
Mom?
Mom?
Just missing. That's always a good sign.
Just investigating the other room. I might have peed in a corner. It's fine.
I just saw one of your dogs walk across your camera.
Yeah,
I saw it.
You guys can't see it. She's down this way.
I had to look over to see how your camera was set.
Yeah. Well, so you have touched yarn. Have you made anything with yarn?
I haven't really made anything. I feel like the amount of I guess it's spring cleaning I did feels like it was enough of a task in the last 2 days.
For sure. That is like a lot of effort.
Yeah, it is a lot of effort. And then I'm still working on the never ending scarf. I need to
I apologize for any shaking
here,
but
oh, you're fine. I need to keep working on it because but I've also been trying to do that thing where you relax every now and then and not think about projects that you're supposed to be working on. Relax. I know. But my girlfriend sent me a video that's like, "Hey, you're not lazy just because you don't want to do something." And I'm like, "Why are you calling me out?
I know, right?
What did I do to deserve the calling out?" I know what I did. I overworked myself.
Well, yes. But that's okay.
I didn't work yesterday. All I did was clean out my closet.
Well, that's
And
cool.
it had to be a thing. Hello. Oh, Chris has also watched once.
Yay! Okay, cool.
Okay.
So at least chat will be able to chat about it too.
I can't.
Oh, Hershey.
Anyway,
like playtime and then up the stairs. So
what have you been working on? Tell us about the 600, yes, liquid death. The 600 different things that you have made so far.
I made 6 more baby hats.
Oh, they're cute. Are these Greg's patterns, or do you have your own?
This is my own sort of recipe. But I'm using up acrylic scraps. So I made 6 more baby hats since last Wednesday. Because I've decided that I'm not going to necessarily show the same ones on Crits and Knits.
That's fair.
That's Pretty Crafty. I feel like we've probably got enough overlap that at least with baby hats I don't need to show double.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I finished a thing. It still needs washing and blocking. But
my God, you finished.
I finished.
You finished the cross stitch.
The cross stitch, the Evil Dead cross stitch. Now I still
oh
have
my God.
the what's the other
Princess Bride?
The Princess Bride. I still have that cross stitch. That's got a lot left. But I also was doing spring cleaning, and I'm like, I need to clean off my in progress craft shelf because there's just too much there. And I was looking, and I'm like, I am so close to being done that I'm going to be done. So I finished it last night.
It looks good. I love it.
Thanks. I'm really pleased with it. That was a really cute pattern and really easy. So, like I said, I just need to wash it and press it, and then I think I'm going to put it in a round hoop. But then again, I might just go to like the dollar store and get a small rectangle frame and put it in a frame.
Yeah.
I haven't decided, but that's okay. I don't have to like put it on the wall to be feeling like I'm done with it. This part is done.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, and it looks amazing. You did a great job. Oh, I love it. Yay. So we are talking about the movie Once. Yes. Well, we'll just start out with how I only watched 21 minutes of it. Danny failed to tell me that it wasn't a sad movie, and I just kept getting the vibes that somebody was going to die. And at this moment in my life, I can't.
Nope, and that is perfectly valid.
And Danny was like, no, that is not how this movie goes. And I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, Chris, only 21 minutes and 21 seconds, if that helps. Pinpoint in the movie where I stopped.
She got to the bus scene.
I got to the bus scene.
But that's okay, because you can watch it later if you want. Oh, I know, the movie has so many feels, but like good feels, and I mean some like melancholy feels.
Sometimes I don't want to feel my feels though.
And that's okay. So it brought back so many memories of like high school and my early 20s. Because I was a musical theater person in high school and hung out with musicians. And so the thing about this musical is that it's not like a lot of other movie musicals. Pretty much all of the music in this is diegetic. So like everything, they're not just breaking out into like descriptive song about the walk that I'm taking through the park. It's all like that music that they're interacting with in a normal human way, which is so much the way we used to do music. Like we'd sit in the student council room at lunch and Elle would bring out her guitar and just like start playing the latest song that she was working on writing. And we were all, you know, like I said, music people, and so we'd add little harmonies and it brought back a lot of those pleasant high school memories.
Yeah, I think if I had had friends like that, I would probably have been able to be like, oh, okay, I can see how this is that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I didn't have friends that played guitar. I didn't have friends that wrote music, not
Okay.
back then.
Yeah.
Um, my friendships have widened quite a bit. Lots of people doing lots of shit. Like I was in choir, but that's
Mhm.
a different type of
It
music
is. Yes.
situation. But also I was just like one of these people is gonna get sick. One of
Aw.
these people is going to
I should
get
have.
hit by a bus. One of these people, and I
Oh,
I can't handle it.
cannot do right now. Yeah.
No.
No, I
And
get
it
that.
may just be like the state of mind that I'm in right now that I was watching
Oh
this
yeah.
movie going, don't make me get attached to guy and girl who don't have names.
Yeah. Yeah. No. If you decide to watch it later, just know that it's not a sad ending.
Well, good. That's good to know.
But hey, we're gonna spoil it because, you know, we're gonna spoil it because that's what we do here. That's right. They don't need names. I'm assuming they probably did exchange names at some point, but this was also set like 2007,
Yep.
which honestly, not everyone had a cell phone then.
Yeah.
That really was before everyone was so connected like they are now.
She's French, right? Like,
She is not. She is Czech.
okay. I
And
didn't get that far,
the
apparently.
actress is Czech and Icelandic.
Oh, okay. I just knew her accent felt Frenchy, but she also wasn't. Like, she doesn't talk a lot
No,
in the beginning.
no, not not in the bits that you listen to. No, and their singing is very sort of standard, unaccented English singing.
Right, exactly.
Um,
I did watch him chase a guy down in the park because they stole his money
yes,
and then found out that they're friends.
but they're not friends so much as the one guy is the guy
Guys
that
I
he
know.
chased is kind of just probably high or drunk and being that overly friendly drunk and
Well,
calling
he
him
asked.
mate and brother and
Well, no, because he asked about his mom and he goes, "She's dead."
but I think that was more of a I think that
Which
might
also made
be
me go, "Is that foreshadowing something? I don't
no
know."
no I think that's just a thing that some people do, you know, trying to be friendly. How's your ma?
Well, okay. Well,
And
it
trying
felt
to
like
be relatable and trying to convince Guy to give him money.
that's fair. It just also felt very just joined overly drunk friendly. Are you talking?
Hi,
Always,
Greg.
Greg. Always. It's always the Greg show.
It is
We
always the
don't
Greg
talk
show.
about anything else but Greg.
All Greg all the time.
All Greg all the time. But the only reason why I say that it felt like he knew him was because of the way he said that she had passed, because it was very much like a like the way he
Okay.
said it. I was like, okay.
See, it came across to me as more of a don't ask about that sort of shit if you don't want this sort of answer, man. But
Okay, that's fair.
in any case, yes, overly friendly drunk.
I
Who
I
he
will
had to
say
chase.
I will say one thing to keep on our tradition. I did watch a Leprechaun movie.
Good call. I did not. Oh, I suppose I should talk about the craft that I'm sort of starting to do. It's in front of me.
Yes,
I
as per usual, Deebles forgot.
Well, also, Danny forgot to send these cases to DB because
I
I suck
probably could have
sometimes.
found them around here somewhere. My dad's a hoarder.
So
Like,
these are old cassette cases that I ended up with because of work clearing out stuff. And I've got a bunch of them. And all I've done so far is I used my little clippers and clipped out the little bits that used to hold the cassette tape in place. And now it's just a nice little latchy box. And what I'm going to do, the plan is to make a knitting notions box. so that I can have a little travel knitting kit. And so I got a whole bunch of stuff from all over my house, just various knitting bits and bobs. And
Danny,
yeah.
do you need a traveling knitting kit?
Yes. Yeah. I go places.
Yeah, but you usually have like a bag of a work in progress.
Well, yes, because this goes into the bag. So it goes into your bag. It's a mini notions pouch, so that, like, at home, I've got my comfortable little setup where I've got, like, this cute little set of drawer things where I keep all my stitch markers and my needles and my scissors and all of that. But I like to have something like this that I can toss into the project bag so that I've got stuff with me when I'm going.
I get it now, because when I was thinking about this, I thought you were, like, going to put, like, basically a project in that box.
No. This is all of the extra little bits.
Yeah, the stitch markers, the probably...
stitch markers. I've got mini scissors to put in. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'll just go through as we put it all in.
The needle thingy.
Yeah. So I've got some vinyl.
Ooh,
and I don't know how it's going to work to put it on here. I don't know. We're going to try it on one, and if it fails, and I'll know for next one.
But you don't need the vinyl.
Exactly.
Anyway, so tell me about this movie.
So I really, really, really like it. It is a very good movie to keep on in the background. The music is phenomenal. It was made into a Broadway musical.
Oh.
But in all honesty, I much prefer the soundtrack from the movie to the soundtrack from the musical.
Does the musical make it more musical, like, esque, like how you see on
it
stage?
Feels more produced.
Ugh.
Which, just sort of is what it is, but I prefer the musical, the movie to the musical.
Yeah.
Which is I think usually it goes in the opposite direction. Like, it's a musical first and then they make it into movie. And so I like the musical better. But this one I really did like. I liked the heart of the music in the movie. Like,
yeah, because it's everyday life kind of situation. It's not big theatrical productions in the street that makes you want to go, why the fuck are you in the street singing?
Yeah. It feels very honest and raw, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that even from the 21 minutes I watched.
Like the Say It To Me Now, that song. It's the one that he's singing on the street corner. Not the very first one when the movie opens, but the very next one. The one that he's singing at night. That makes her go up and say, why don't you sing this during the day?
Mm.
And he's like, well, people want to listen to the stuff they know during the day. That's how I make my money. And this sort of more experimental stuff that I write, I do at night because it doesn't matter as much. People aren't going to pay me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just the heart that he puts into that song, and like you can feel like how when you are like singing that intensely, you sort of like get red in the face and you feel it in your throat and you feel it everywhere. He has that level of intensity, and in the musical version it sounds pretty. I'm like, I don't want this song to be pretty. I want this song to make me want to sob because I can feel what he's feeling,
Yeah, I understand that.
So yeah, there's definitely a difference in the tone that it takes.
Yeah, which makes sense. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna
how's the vinyl
over. Well, I've trimmed it down, so we're gonna see.
There is so much happening on your tray.
There's a lot happening.
I don't know what most of that stuff is.
I know. I'm gonna explain it as I go. I promise.
Okay.
But first I need to like roll the vinyl in a different direction to make it not roll up on itself so much.
Mood.
So this movie, you know how Seinfeld is like a show about nothing? Is how they try to
Yes,
market it.
and I hate it.
This is as close as you're going to get to that in a musical. It's not about nothing, but it's just about life. Like, this is just how they live, and this is an encounter between the two of them that develops into like this beautiful musical partnership that lasts for a little while and then it's done.
Oh, they don't get together? They don't stay together?
They don't. Okay, here we get into spoiler territory.
Well, that's shit.
She has a husband. She has a kid. And a husband.
This bitch!
But she never is, like, telling him that she wants to be with him.
Yeah, I guess. She has a husband in the UK? Like, or in Ireland?
Her husband is back home.
Oh, okay.
And she never...
She's there for school, right? No.
No, she's just there. I believe things were not good with her husband.
Chris, the reason I didn't watch it is because I got the feels that somebody was gonna die. And I can't handle any sort of death right now. That's why. Correct, Danny.
So yeah,
Sorry, man, I did not mean to be that intense.
No, that's okay. This musical has bits of intense, so you are completely appropriate given what we're talking about today. But it's just... So they don't hook up. They are friends. And
okay, I'm cool with platonic relationships.
Like, he's got his ex-girlfriend who lives in London.
Okay.
That he's not over.
That's fair, because she does ask why doesn't he sing the song to her.
Right. And yeah, he is definitely not over this ex at all.
Okay. I'm cool with platonic friendships.
But they are kind of in love with each other. But nothing happens. Like, you can see his expression when they're in the music store.
Yeah.
Like, he is... Some of it's the music, some of it's just her. But he is there for that.
Well, that's fair. Wait, so does he make a move and she's like, yo, I have a hubby and a kid?
He makes a move and she goes home. She leaves. Like, after the music store, after the bus ride, he's got her vacuum. He takes it to his dad's shop. She meets his dad. They chat. And then he invites her upstairs so that he can show her his music. Because, of course, the whole thing has been about music and, like, his music and playing it for her and stuff. And she's like, I have to go. And we find out later that, you know, of course, she has to go because she has to get home to the kid and all that. But he's like, you could stay. And basically propositioning without, like, coming out and saying it. And she's like, yeah, no. Bye. And he feels kind of bad about that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So, you know, there's the very clear that, you know, that was something that he was very much open to, and she would shut that shit down.
I don't know if I want to watch this movie. It sounds sad.
It's not sad. It's just... It's melancholy.
Okay, I don't want that either.
Okay.
Like, damn.
And that's completely valid. If you're not up for melancholy, don't do it.
think it's like listen. I probably it's so I'm sure it is a beautiful movie. I am sure it is. And when I am in the headspace to be able to sit down and watch a melancholy movie or even a sad movie, I will do it.
But if you're not in the headspace for it, it's not
Yeah,
going to be good for you.
yeah, and like
and that's totally valid. Like
I did rent it, so I should probably watch it before the rental ends.
yeah, probably.
I will say this is not the worst movie that Danny has recommended me to watch for our show.
Oh hell no. Hell no, not even close.
No, nowhere close to the worst.
Staring at Thanksgiving with regret.
I was so mad about that movie.
I honestly did forget how freaking terrible it was.
I was so mad about it. I came
was...
in like swinging, going, "What the fuck, Danny?"
I'm so sorry. That was terrible.
Good, bad.
Yeah, no, it was just terrible.
Just bad, and that one it has a sequel. Why?
Yeah. But this movie is not bad.
No,
also,
and
I box now.
You do have a pretty box now,
and I got stickers to put on the box.
That's a
musical stickers because this is a musical.
I do like how his guitar just has like a giant hole in it, and not the hole that's supposed to be in
it. Just
like
worn out because it's so well loved and well used.
I don't know if that's well loved.
Well used.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pretend that this is a guitar, even though it's a violin.
Oh, I thought it was a guitar. You didn't have to say anything.
Okay, well, there's my guitar.
But now I could see that it is a violin.
That's okay. But I'm going to cover it in some music-y bits, because...
Music-y bits?
Yeah, like music notes and other...
Yes.
Music-related things. Music-y bits.
Oh.
I feel like I'm skipping big parts of this movie.
That's because I keep asking questions that makes you jump to the end of it where they don't get together and he's apparently still striking out according to Chris.
I mean, he strikes out, sure, but it... Okay, so at the beginning, he's playing on the street. She hears him. It's lovely. They talk a little bit. She finds out that he repairs vacuums for a living, not just making music.
I did get to that part because then she drags her vacuum cleaner. And he forgot, I think. I don't think he thought she was actually going to show up. He did not think she was
going to come back. He was not expecting that shit. He was like, this is just making small talk because she gave me a fucking dime. It's fine. But they go to the music store on her break, and the owner of the music store lets her play the piano on lunch breaks. And she sits down and plays some Mendelssohn. And you can see it in his face that he's just transfixed with her. And I feel like that's when he's starting to fall for her. And I totally get it as someone who was far too into musicians in her youth. Music can do that.
Oh, I know. I do love me a bass singer. Mm. But
you know, it's a thing. But so they're sitting there, she's playing for him, and then he pulls out his guitar and goes over the chords for the song Falling Slowly. And she is clearly a good musician because she's like picking it up just from his bada bada badas, which I have seen people do. So and the way he started playing and she slowly came in kind of tentatively on the piano and kind of tentatively with the harmonies, but then built up the confidence as they went on and things were repeated. Like, this is how musicians jam. This felt real. It didn't feel like constructed for a musical.
Yeah.
And
yes, I got to the music store scene. That is after 21. That is before 21 minutes.
And they sort of keep hanging out. On the bus, he talks about the girl in London, and has the improvised vacuum fixer sucker man song that he sings, and his girlfriend left and moved to London. She takes him back to her place, and he meets her mother, who barely speaks English, and her daughter, which is a surprise to him. And the mother invites him to stay for dinner, so he stays for dinner, and then the three neighbors just show up to watch TV.
As one does.
But because apparently they have the only TV in the whole building, so these three guys just come over every night and they all watch TV together.
As one does.
Yeah. So, okay, and it's after that he takes her home to meet his dad, does the vacuum cleaner repair.
Okay, so I kind of get why he would be like, oh, this might become a thing, because he met her daughter, he met her mom, like, very much circumstances of, oh, okay, yeah, I see why you thought you were going to maybe get some.
Yeah. And he gives her his CD of sort of his half-finished songs that don't have lyrics, and she wants to write lyrics for him.
Oh, nice.
And so there's a scene of her with, like, the old school Discman that has run out of batteries, and so she goes to the corner store or whatever in her pajamas in the middle of the night to get more batteries. And as she's walking back, she's singing and composing the lyrics to one of the songs. And then he sits down and has sort of another heartfelt song pour out of him. And that's when you sort of realize that, okay, she's got a husband. She's not up for this. And, London might be the place for him to be. London, where his ex is. But also that's where all of the music producers are. Yeah. So he makes plans to leave to go to London. And before he goes, he wants to record a demo so that he has something to take. So he finds her again and says, come play with me. Come make this demo with me. And she agrees. And they get some other street musicians who are going to play the various other instruments. And she ends up, like, negotiating a super low price for the recording studio for the weekend, like 30% lower than what was supposed to be the price. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, the whole recording session it's really well done. Like the producer guy is kind of irritated that he's got to spend his whole weekend with these schmucks who don't even seem to understand that they have to, like, set up the mics for the instruments and things, and rolling his eyes at them. And then they start playing. And you see his transformation from fuck this to, these guys are really good. And so there's, like, the whole montage of the recording session. And once they finish at, like, 4 a.m, the producer says, okay, it's time for the car test. Like, what? Well, you've been listening to all of these songs played back on these really amazing quality studio speakers. Putting it on a disc, we're going to go get in my shitty car and drive around and listen to it on those speakers. So all the musicians pile into the producer's car, and they're driving around listening to the music. They go to the beach, they're playing frisbee, and
then he murders them all, because that definitely sounds like how this turns into a horror movie.
No. There's one point where they take a break and she walks out of the recording studio part and finds another room that has just this beautiful piano in it. And she sits down and starts playing, and he comes in and asks her to play something, and she plays a song that she wrote for her ex, or not for her ex because she's still married, the song that she wrote for her husband. And it's just like a heartbreaking thing, and she sort of trails off crying at the end, and you know, he puts his arm around her, she lets her head rest on his shoulder, and they have a moment, and you're like, this could so be a thing, but they're not going to let it be a thing. And in the end, he talks to his dad and says, you know, I'm going to London. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go try this. And his dad says, great. It's about time. I got some money for you. So his dad gives him money for a down payment on a flat.
So supportive. We love a supportive dad.
Is fantastic. His dad is great.
Holy shit.
And before he leaves, he tries to find her to say goodbye. Because as they were walking back that morning after recording everything, he gave her a copy of the CD and he asked her to come over. And he says, no, we're done the music. If I come over, it's just going to be hanky-panky. And he sort of laughs and says, what do you mean? She's like, well, that's all there would be. It wouldn't be that bad. And he says, so come over. And she says, okay. But she's got to go, like, do stuff. So they both separate, do whatever during the day. And then there's a shot of him at night sort of standing outside, looking around. She doesn't show up. She stands him up. Because he's supposed to be going to London the next day. So he goes to her house, but she's already at work. Her mom and her kid are there, and he says, well, I'll call. Mom says, we don't have a phone. Okay, well, all right. Okay, well, she'll like that. And before he leaves town, he goes to the music store, and he buys her a piano so that she can have a piano at home to keep making music.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
This man doesn't have money.
He does now. Daddy gave him money. So
Daddy gave him money for a down payment on a fucking flat in London. But now he's going to be homeless in fucking London. Little shit.
It was a used piano, but yeah, he bought her a piano.
He didn't have money to buy himself a guitar that doesn't have a fucking rotting hole in it.
Now, to be fair, I've seen musicians play instruments that look just as shitty as that they will not get rid of because of sentimental value and attachment. Okay. So
I understand that.
Because he has a nice case for it.
But this bitch was like, I'm gonna buy pianos, used or not, expensive. Yes. Expensive. And now he's gonna go be homeless in London.
But it's the romantic gesture.
I understand that, but my asexual ass goes, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I need more money because I bought a fucking piano for a girl that doesn't want me anymore. I got friend zoned and then ghosted.
Yeah, but oh god, it's so good.
Movie magic teams. I know what it's called. It's called bullshit.
But no, it's just a movie that feels good, and it's one of those that sort of reaffirms that, you know, you don't have to have like this magical forever love to have a moment. Yeah.
Fair. But anyway. Also, he bought her a fucking piano. Did she have room for a piano in her place? Did he
barely
think about that?
But she will make room. I would make room for a piano. If someone bought me a piano, I would make room for it.
Not talking to her mom about it first? Like, hey, I'm about to interrupt your life. The TV's gonna have to go.
Anyway, so that was the general summary and some editorialness. But yes, I loved this movie. This is what I want all musicals to be. I want it to be music that makes sense, music that flows,
I understand.
music that makes me feel.
I just...
I know. I know.
Yeah, I bought you a piano. If she ever does go back, it's going to be very hard to get that piano back to the other country because it's heavy as balls.
Yeah.
Sounds like Danny is the romantic and he is the realist. You know?
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. DB is the realist. Today I found out that all of the Twilight books take place over 2 years, and I went, that is too soon. That is too soon.
Wow.
You knew each other for 2 years and got married and had a kid and decided to be a vampire. All of that would be like a 5-year plan for me.
You know.
Or more.
Some people just have an accelerated life plan, I guess. Or a death plan. I don't know.
We're not talking about Twilight.
But hey, I have a box ready.
Oh, good.
So, I'm debating.
What is that?
I might do a separate one for my spindle. So this is all parts for a drop spindle. A 3D printed drop spindle. So I might do a separate spindle one.
Do you often bring a spindle with you?
Not usually as part of my toolkit, but I thought, hey, it's small and it can break down, so I might do like a
No, that
spindle
makes
toolkit.
sense. It also matches.
It does.
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Okay.
I just really like blue. But I have these neon orange scissors.
Oh, that was your mom. Hi, Danny's mom.
Oh, hi, Mom!
The color of their names were the same. Yeah.
But yeah, here's the super
scissors.
bright orange scissors. So they're going in.
Safety scissors.
That is too tall, so it won't.
What is that?
That is a counter.
Oh.
This is another form of counter that I should be able to pull the back off of.
I do love Danny's mom. Good.
So I've got a counter in there now.
I don't use a counter. I probably should.
Is a one type of cable needle, so I'll put that in there.
Oh.
Girls.
Girls. How dare you?
Oops.
I don't do the whole. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're great for, like, if you're putting aside your project for a while, too.
Yeah.
This. Oh, cool. Some of these haven't been opened yet.
I could see that. That has a little pouchy thing already.
It does. But I'm going to steal the smallest one. This is a stitch holder.
Oh, what?
So, like, if you've got to put stitches on hold for a sleeve or something, you just thread them onto this, and they don't get lost. So we'll toss one of those in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing that you've had to do with, like, your
dice
bags yet, because your dice bags are all in one piece. But like, if you're knitting, so I didn't do that with the pair of hand warmers that I designed that you knit, or that you have the pattern for. But you can like, instead of binding off when you get to the thumb, you can put all those stitches on a holder or on waste yarn, and then keep knitting the hand, and then you pick those stitches back up and knit more of them.
I feel like I would hate that.
It's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. I definitely prefer using waste yarn to using the stitch marker for something like that, or the stitch holder. But if you've got like 3 or 4 stitches that you've got to put on hold for later, this is great. I have some teeny tiny, where's my camera? Some teeny tiny little round stitch markers. Will they fit? They will fit. I have some of these. These are the light bulb shaped stitch markers, but they're metal.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I've got like a whole bag of them, so I'm just gonna dump a bunch in there. I only have one of them right now, but I've got these repair hooks. So on one end, it's pointy like a knitting needle, and on the other end, it's got a crochet hook.
Oh, I just have crochet hooks for that.
Yeah. Well, this is nice and small, so it will fit inside there.
I didn't watch La La Land, Chris. What are you talking about? Sorry, I had people messaging me about Mom, so I had to
Well, that's important.
text that. That's why I got a little bit distracted.
I actually have not watched La La Land.
Yeah.
We could make it a thing that we watch. It's fine. Okay, maybe not.
I don't like most musicals, if we're completely honest.
Tapestry needle for weaving in ends.
Why is it? Why is it?
You can get them straight or you can get them hooked. I like the bent ones because sometimes it's a little bit easier to get through stitches.
Okay.
This is just more little scissors in case the other ones didn't fit, but they fit, so
I'm not crapping on this movie. I was worried that somebody died in it. Lord, Chris.
I am going to include some super floss. So have you heard of super floss?
Yes, we have talked about it because you use it for whenever you're like safety.
Yeah.
And safety.
Safety?
You tore into Glenn because he spent hundreds of a break piano. Listen, I'm just saying that if my dad gave me money to get a flat in London to pursue my dream, and I blew part of it on a fucking piano, he's going to murder me.
You know, probably an option, yes.
Responsibility. And it's not like this guy is a teenager.
No.
He's like, I think late 20s, early 30s, or older.
Yeah. So I'm also going to put this thing in. This is, it's an eyeglass thing. Like, you're supposed to use it to, like, put on your glasses and have a chain coming off of there. But I use it. Oh, I even have needles here. You can put it over the ends of your needles and pull it tight.
And break it.
I'll fix that. This is an older one. But you tighten it up so that your knitting doesn't slide off of your needles because it's holding the needles together. Oh, that's
really good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the dad did understand unrequited love, but I don't know if he understood unrequited love enough to buy a piano. And not an apartment in London.
I'm going to... Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a shit. Everybody knows this.
You're just a little bit on the practical side. It's fine. Okay, yeah, I've put it back together. It's fine.
I'm also one of those people that please do not buy me a gift that is that big without consulting me.
True enough.
Like, that is a whoa. And also, like, she stood him up, and then you send her this gift, and there's, like, sometimes guys are weird. Yeah. Like, yeah, I understand in the movie, and it's movie magic, and this man isn't as weird. But
yeah,
because now she's like, I didn't sleep with him. What the fuck?
Except they had conversations about her still making music, and so
fair. But I still like,
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That guy was okay with her playing that piano in the store. Like, she could have made her music there, but I understand that too. I felt like the dad also. Yeah. I read that already. What the heck are those?
They're little hearts that say "Made with Love," and I've started stitching these onto anything that I make that's not for me. So I'm just going to drop a couple of them into there so that if I finish something, I can add it.
Yeah, I like that. This box is very full, and I love
It
it.
is, but it still
Still
closes.
close. That's
And it's got that little
perfect.
snap close so I can shake it around
I just
and
imagined you
everything still
doing that and
fits.
it just flying over.
Oh yeah, that would be just perfect.
I
That
can
would
shake
just
it around.
be the way life goes. Um, so options for other things, that's leftover bits. I bought another pair of scissors just in case I wanted because they're shiny and blue and
I
silver and cool.
do like the shiny blue and silver.
I like to often put just scrap yarn because you never know when you're just going to need to have a scrap yarn, whether it's to like hold stitches or whatever. It's handy to have, but I don't quite have room for this size of one. But I've got more scraps upstairs.
Yeah.
These are DPN covers.
Oh, yeah.
And I've shortened it because I had some short DPNs, but you put like if you're working on socks and you've got your DPNs, you can put this on the ends. So again, the yarn isn't falling off of the ends and it keeps them all together.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put that in this one. I did bring this because I was thinking about taking it apart, but I kind of don't want to. It's just little Post-its.
Don't take it apart.
But
it's nice.
It also has a ruler. This is from a knitting retreat I went to, but it's got a ruler. So this might just go in the bag along with that. So I've got little notey tabs, but also a little ruler.
Yeah.
Here's my little list of things that I thought could go in there.
I
would love to have a tape measure, but I don't have any that are quite flat enough to go in here.
They make ones. I might have one that would fit in there. That is like it's like almost like a tape measure that like pulls out, but it's specifically made for like material stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like a disc and it's flat.
Yeah.
I think it might have fit in there. Maybe not. A little bit.
Well, I don't know
with everything else.
Everything else that's in
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But there we go. So I have my little kit made out of an old cassette case because this was all about music. And while they weren't quite on cassettes, he did have at least one cassette player though that he used with listening to his dad or listening to music with his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, and when he played the demo for his dad was very impressed. That's fucking brilliant. Like, that's a good dad. That's a good dad.
His dad is supportive.
His dad
I
is
like
very supportive.
that.
And I've decided that I'm totally going to just use this one to hold my drop spindle just so that I can take it in this format.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Handy. And I've got several more of these, so I might do that with my other drop spindles that I give away to people.
Never again.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's my dyslexic ass has a hard time doing the right and left spinning.
No, that's fine.
So like, I tried to do it, and I was like, "Did I spin? I didn't spin this the right way." Fuck.
Yeah, no, it can be a thing to deal with.
Yeah.
Dyslexic or no, it can be a thing.
Yeah. My brain don't work.
But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that little kit.
It's very good, Danny. You did a great job.
Thanks.
I promise I will finish this movie.
Okay. When you're ready for it, because if you're not in the mood for something kind of melancholy, then you're not in the mood for it, and that's fine.
Yeah. It's also not really like a movie that I usually gravitate towards. Everybody knows that I love my horror.
Yeah.
But I also like my action movies.
Right.
Danny and I have very different tastes in movies.
Yes.
And occasionally we come together to watch a rom-com and me go, "What the fuck?"
Or you get me to watch horror and I go, "What the fuck?"
I haven't made you watch too much horror.
No, and I have now discovered the podcast Ruined, which I may in the future use if I'm not up for actually watching one of them.
That's fair.
Because I've watched, goodness, sorry, dog going a little bit crazy. I've watched what we watched, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
And I just listened to the Ruined for it. I'm like, I could have listened to this and got like the same. It's almost as good as watching it without having to like see all the gross bits.
That's fair. Yeah.
And they have a really good discussion about it too, so that's fun.
I'm just over here like, watch the movie. No, but I totally get that because not everybody is down for horror.
Right.
Um, and we don't talk a lot about horror. Like, yeah, it's my
No.
thing and I love it, but yeah.
No. But there are some popular horror movies, and so we talk about them and
Yeah.
watch them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I
Yep.
just watched the new Scream.
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 Oh,
I call it Scream.
Scream.
It was very good. Surprisingly, I was very shocked that I was like, "Oh, I liked this one." Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh, what else? I am like
Dogs.
I'm gonna try and watch this movie. Probably because Chris will also be happy that I finished the movie. Um,
It's a good movie,
yeah,
and
I'm sure it is.
it's got it's not like a romance novel happy ending, but
No.
it's not a bad ending because he goes to London, and you
It's not a
feel like he's going to
great.
make it. Wow, you kind of squeaked out of sound there on Zoom, so I don't think the audience heard you either.
I said, is he if he keeps buying pianos for every girl
Look,
that he meets
he's still going to make amazing music. It's fine.
and spend all that money on pianos?
And well, if he's got piano money, he's got piano money, and that's cool.
Get that lady a piano. Ladies love pianos.
Oh, yep. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The next movie is Twice.
DB.
Third movie. Third. What?
Trouble.
I
No
oh
trouble.
yeah, always.
I
I
mean,
don't know what
I
you
knew this,
expect
so
from me.
I expected nothing less.
Let's see. What else? As this craft took you all of an hour.
I know. I knew it was going to be a faster one, but
I should get
I
one of
love it.
those.
It's fantastic, and I usually wear it like this, and then you count each row as you finish, and then there's a reset button, and it's
I
just
should get one of those.
very convenient. I'm a big fan. What else should we talk about? We could talk about what we've got coming up.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Do you remember what we have coming up? Because we have plans for our next one on April 4th.
We're painting.
We are.
I remember that. Oh no. I did just find all my paint stuff and moved it into the office because I am
Nice.
organizing my shit.
There you go. It's a
Don't
movie.
tell me. Yes. Thank you.
But we're not doing the series. There's also a series by the same name.
Ah, What We Do in the Shadows. Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a vampire painting of some sort.
Ooh, Danny, we have to watch Renfield. It's Nicolas Cage, so I know you'll be down.
Okay. It's a movie?
Yes.
Okay.
It has Nicolas Cage being Dracula. It's not out yet. It comes out in
Okay.
theaters in April.
Oh.
But
Okay.
it looks stupid as fuck, but I am
Excellent.
so excited for it. I
Beautiful.
fucking hate Nicolas Cage, but here we are. I don't hate him. I'm like
Not a fan.
about some of his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and now
fine.
I have to watch the one that has Pedro Pascal in it because I'm kind
Because
of in
Pedro
love with
Pascal.
him.
Yes.
But also the meme of his face just
Yes.
being as excited as it is, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yep.
But yes, we're doing What We Do in the Shadows. We're gonna paint things and
Yeah.
talk about that movie that I do love it so
And we
much.
haven't decided what we're going to paint.
That
But
is a Danny choice because Danny comes up with all the best things.
so what I probably need to do is rewatch the movie because I've watched it
Oh yeah.
years ago.
Oh, I did a cross stitch of a quote from that movie
Oh,
one time
well,
that
you'll have to
says
make sure you
vampires
find it.
don't do dishes.
I like it.
Yeah. So if I don't get my painting shit out, I can do that again.
There we go. But you should get your painting stuff out.
I will. I will. I have it. Like, I know where all of it is now. My canvases, like everything.
Oh, good.
It's all in places that I can actually reach
Nice.
it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'm very proud of myself.
I'll watch the movie well in advance so that I can come
Oh,
up with some sort of painting for us to do.
so the TV show has a really cool like art aesthetic
Okay.
for their poster that maybe we can transition like do the movie kind of in that art aesthetic because it's very vibrant like green and purple and all this stuff.
Okay. I will look at it and see.
Yes.
I'm up for exploration and discovery
I don't
and planning.
I don't know how we'll do that because I'm not that artistically talented. This is Danny explaining what we're doing and Deeble's going, okay. Because that's what we did with the last one.
That's
And my
true.
painting turned out not bad. It's like, oh, look at that.
That's right. I gave
Yeah.
you the painting, didn't I?
It hangs above my bed.
Aww.
That sounds weird, but it hangs above my bed.
As long as it's on the wall and not on the ceiling. Cool.
Yeah, the other one's in the hallway, the one that I did. Because my mom's like, this looks so good. I'm like, it doesn't, but okay.
Look, moms are allowed to think whatever they want to think.
And then our Stranger Things
the light up thing.
light up, yeah, it's also in my on the wall in my bedroom.
Nice.
It sits on a shelf though because the battery packs are too big.
Yeah.
I really want to remake that, make it better. Bless you.
Thank you. I think we might be out of stuff.
I think we might be. We should do a review of every project we've ever done someday.
Oh, do we have to find all the bits?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
You know what?
For one thing, most of the bits of mine are gone.
We'll be magical and do like an edited together supercut of all the projects.
Sweet summer child.
Look, we've had more than 50 episodes.
What is wrong with us? When I suggested this, I went, we're probably gonna do this for
like a couple months and give it up.
20. Then we'll be like, no, we are not gonna keep doing this. It was a fun project to try. Here we are.
3 years
50
later.
plus episodes in.
Yep, this is gonna be.
Did you say 3 years? Has it?
We started in 2.5 years.
Okay.
But this is episode 55. Today is episode 55.
What do we do for our 100? Because we accidentally missed 50, but we gotta keep on track for 100.
Well, maybe I'll start now on the supercuts, and episode 100 will just be a recap of everything, and we won't have to do anything.
No, we gotta do something.
We'll figure something out.
I swear to God, if you suggest perler beads, I will burn this house down. That will be our final episode. Deeble's burning her own house down.
We'll make our own faces out of perler beads.
Fuck that. Danny will have to make both because I will be like, but
oh man,
I'll be screaming about Mr. Perler again.
We've got like another 2 years before we come up to that. But we'll have to see if we can like make it a live one or like in person.
Oh, yeah, we've done it in person once.
Yeah. But we can aim for that for episode 100.
Yeah.
Because we'll have plenty of notice coming up on it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Or it'll be like 50. We're like, what the hell? When did that happen?
Wait, 50?
Well,
why did 50 fly by?
That we didn't really start numbering them.
No.
When we started. It's only since we started like cleaning up the Majestic Goose YouTube and putting episode numbers on them.
Hold up. Not we. You get full credit for this.
Okay.
I did some of it in the beginning and then got incredibly frustrated with myself
Well,
and was
because
like,
it's a project, man.
it is a project. And I was so confused. And sometimes we were having duplicate episodes, and I was like, I don't know what is what. And
Yeah.
I got it as well as I could back then. And then I was like, okay. And I took a break to focus on something else. And then once again, it kind of went, oh no,
Then
because we still make shit.
yeah, there just was more stuff coming. And
Yeah.
I hit the point where my OCD brain kicked in and said, "We're going to fix this now." And
I did
so
tr-
I said,
I did
"Okay, brain."
tried
Yeah,
very
and
hard to get our stuff fixed,
you
and
did a bunch of things that made it a lot easier for me, like going through and double checking that yes, these things that are labeled duplicates really are duplicates. And at some point, we need to go in and like trim out beginnings and endings and
yeah,
long
that's not
breaks.
hard. I
But
can definitely do that. I don't usually trim out breaks just because I don't know how YouTube will act.
true enough.
Um, but the beginning, like the countdowns are pretty easy to trim out, especially when we have like countdowns on the overlay, because I can
Yeah,
go,
I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
it's fine. I haven't figured out how to do it yet either. But it's like it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that is a project. And
Uh-huh.
like trying to do that on top of trying to edit Roll for Weird and trying to be consistent with that, because I have been consistent. We didn't get last Friday's done. Fuck.
Oh,
But
life
yeah,
happens.
I'm in the middle of your episode.
Oh, my episode.
So now I have to listen to what you guys did and make sure I don't fuck any of the canon up.
Oh, right, because that was.
Yeah, because you were like, um, is this gonna be canon? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I did stuff. It's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. You know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't have fucked up the canon any worse than I fucked up the canon.
I mean, canon is a very loose term at this point. It's a very loose
Mm-hmm.
canon.
Yeah. Is there a big bad? Yes. What is he doing?
Who
Who knows?
knows? We haven't figured it out, so.
You haven't even seen him since the hotel, and that was forever ago.
Yeah.
Back when I still had a plan. Some of the plan has come back around, and I'm very surprised. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Things.
Cool.
Things. Yeah. Well,
Well,
I think we're gonna call it
okay.
because there's some other stuff that I need to talk to you about, but maybe not on
Oh,
camera.
fuck. What did I do?
No, it's something that I did that I get to tell you about. It's cool.
Okay.
It's fine.
Cool.
So yes, we will be back in 2 weeks' time talking about the fantastic movie What We Do in the Shadows and doing some painting. So have a canvas and some paints. And if you want to paint the same thing as us, cool. And if you want to just paint, that's cool too. And if you just want to listen to
Yes.
us talk about stuff, you don't have to paint, that's fine. We're not going to come to your house and yell at you.
I will.
Okay, well, DB will come to your house and yell at you, but I won't.
Like the asshole that I am.
Nah.
Uh, but because you'll miss our faces next week. Remember to join us for Crits and Knits on Wednesday.
Yes.
I missed Crits and Knits on Wednesday.
Oh.
So many people, like, I saw it pop up and I went,
Am I supposed
that's
to be there?
only half of our group.
Yeah, no, there were only 3 of us.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
But that was
Oh.
intentional. We had a all knits, no crits.
Oh, okay, so it was
Like
all
we
knits,
knew
no
that it
crits.
was going to be just the 3 of us.
Yeah, I know, but
Because
I thought
we had plenty of advance notice, so we
yeah.
talked about our knitting and then we did something afterwards. And so if you want to know what it is that we did, you're going to have to tune into the podcast. after episode 19. It's episode 19.5.
Your mom. It'll be nice here then. Come and yell at me.
She would love to visit you. Have you
I
come
would.
visit her?
I've never been to Canada.
Well, we should fix that. In any case.
Yeah, we should.
We will see you all in 2 weeks, unless you come back for Crits and Knits, in which case we'll see you next week.
Which you should, because I play an old woman.
Yes, and I play several old people.
Yes, and young people.
And young
Danny
people.
plays everybody.
I'm the DM. I get to play all the characters. It's fine. It's fun. Yep. I love it.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.